Hello, my name is Matthew. We're back on Zedcraft Season 2, and this is me with a better microphone. So, without further ado, what can you see behind me? It's a new, half-finished building. What's it for? I don't know. I just wanted to build something. That is basically how I do things. Gosh, I'm the only person online. Why did my Elytra not activate? Anyway, it eventually did. So here's a big tower. It goes up to, well, that high. I'm just going to grab some more rockets. And I just want to try find an interesting pattern for it. Because really the theme of this base is stuff that seemed like a good idea at the time. I might grow some trees out of it. I was thinking, as I was just starting to make it, I was thinking sort of garden tower. There's a bit of a hint of that up here. On the pointless double helix tower, there are these trees, and I never really felt that worked very well because the whole thing is sort of slow, so airy and delicate that putting in the stuff for trees felt a bit wrong, although it does look pretty good, most of it. So this one would be designed to have it, which means balconies and all sorts. But I'm also fond of weird stuff, and this is Minecraft, and physics is not something you have to think about. So these spirals and that's very me right now. So I don't know if I'm going to keep these vertical pillars or not. But for now, what I've got is this one spiral of cyan terracotta, and I need another spiral. And I've been thinking about a couple of ideas. So I've got to decide which one to try. Now I could just take another colour, make that thicker with another colour, just build it up like that so it's all sort of spiral stripes up the side, which would be, well, probably end up looking a bit like a weird coloured candy cane. Or I could go the other way, which is kind of what I did with this. The outer spiral's a different colour. Or I was thinking about doing it on a different gradient. So you can see that the spiral I've built is 45 degrees and it goes around the outside of the supporting legs of the structure here. Now I was thinking maybe do a 1 in 2 that goes around the outside of that, and then maybe something else. So we'd have kind of layers of different spirals in different colours. It might look awful. It probably will look awful. But until I try it, I'm just not going to know. So let's take an inventory of what materials I have in stock and see what I could build it out of. I've got some purple. Probably not purple. Very little terracotta left because I turned it all into cyan terracotta. Just pop that where it should be. A fair bit of orange, no red, a little bit of green and a little bit of blue. So if I want to use terracotta, I've got to go digging unless I want orange. Yeah, I've not really used concrete this season. I've got an awful lot of clear glass. I think that's probably going to come into play later, some kind of glass colour to fill in gaps and things. Wood, I can have as much wood as I like. But what wood goes with cyan terracotta and stands alone as well? I mean, over there, we've got some dark... Is that dark oak or spruce? I can never remember. The bark textures are so similar. And I don't think using wood like that is the right thing to do. And I also don't think planks, because the texture's too intricate. And I've made it plain already. So I think it's going to have to be terracotta. And because I've got some, and because this is really kind of experimental, I'm going to try orange. Now the question is, doing a different gradient, do I want to go the same way or another way? And yes, I could have tried this out in a creative world first, but no, I did not do that. It started here just because this is the lowest point in the surrounding land, and I think I'll probably take the same idea. So if I go 1, 2, now how are we going to do this? it would be up there, but if I go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. But, that's in the wrong place, because that is on the same level, which might work. It would go through this, and I'm quite interested in keeping it complete. So, I'll move it out. 1, 2, 3, up 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 1, 2, 3, and so forth. And then I can... Oh, no. I'm building it inside. I did this quite a bit with this design, with the previous spiral, just because I'm not paying enough attention, really. So just grab a shovel, take that out. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let it go. I'm going to need an awful lot of concrete to pick this up. I didn't hear that get picked up, but it's gone, so... I just need to keep going for a bit until I get some idea about what this is going to look like. And of course it gets an awful lot more awkward now, because I've got to stand on it. Cue my rant from the previous episode about people doing build tutorials in creative and not really thinking about what order you have to do things in a survival world. But if I ever start doing build tutorials, I'm going to have to do them in survival mode, clearly. Not that anybody's going to want to copy my stuff, probably. So, and even if you did, it's all really simple. So here we are, going around. I want to hit, before I start making any judgments, I want to hit a point where I overlap with the other spiral, and I think that's going to be on the far side of the building over there. And the advantage of having this outside the previous spiral is going to be about sort of exterior texture. It's very easy to make very flat things in Minecraft. This is going to have bits sticking out all over the place, and I'm aware that this is a spawnable surface. Not really sure what to do about that. There's no carpets that match this stuff. There's no half slabs because we didn't get another block diversity update for 1.15, at least as far as is evident from the pre-release. They really need concrete half slabs, concrete stairs, glass slabs would be lovely. So I'm going to have to do something about that. But it might just involve, putting glass down, or lights. Get the lighting right, and it could look quite spectacular. Though I suspect that might take quite a lot of glowstone sea lanterns, something like that. Don't really want to cover this in torches. So I'm just, I can tell I'm not really knowing what I'm doing with this building. I'm just thinking about it as I go, and that's how I do most of my builds. And I haven't caught up with the grey yet, because it keeps moving to... But I didn't want to go a more extreme angle difference as yet. I think that might be better saved for another colour. And of course, if this is going to be a sort of garden tower with loads of trees all over it, then it's going to have gaps for those trees to be in. So I don't need to coat the outside with layer after layer of different coloured terracotta. I just need to give it some substance, and then we'll be good. So almost finished the crossover here. It might be that I like the orange a lot and I don't want to keep the grey one. If the main structure stays grey, and yeah, I know it's cyan terracotta, but I'm going to call it grey because it is grey, then yeah, it might be that that spiral of grey is too much grey, and that the correct thing to do is to make that a different colour, which would be tedious because this is actually an awful lot less annoying to build than the 45-degree one where you're going up every time you place a block. At least I get to place 2 before I have to retreat and place another one. And I think that may well be enough now. Just pop a torch on there so I can find the end easily. That might be enough for now. Let's fly over back to the bridge here. That's the road, goes out somewhere. Well, that's interesting. I think it's probably too close to the big stone brick spiral because the aesthetics are different. You can see I've got a thing for spirals. I've got that sea lantern spiral there. But I actually really like that. I think something about those clashing angles is really nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build that up to the top, and I will come back when that's done. Okay, I built the orange thing. You ready? Boom! Orange thing. I kind of like it. I'm really wondering what would happen if I took all the grey columns out the inside and just let the spirals stand by themselves. I'm going to do another one. I'm going to go one more block across before I come up each time. It's going to need way more terracotta though. So, and I don't know what colour yet. So the next job, after the mining mesa, I need some more plain terracotta. Hey chickens in the nether tunnel to the mining mesa. Have we been visited by Poultry Man? So I went and got a load of terracotta, picked up the blue that I had already in the chest and started building. And I'm really quite happy with that so far. And it's really going to use a lot of blocks. That's 2 1/4 stacks just to get from the seafloor to there. So, oh gosh, what's that, another 6, 8 stacks or so? But I think there's going to be a lot of visual complexity here for not really a lot of effort, and that could be really cool. So I'm going to take it all the way up, but it's not super bright next to the orange and the grey. So I think the next one's going to have to be yellow or something like that. But first of all, finish the blue, see what it looks like. So I was thinking that blue, being a little bit too dark, was, yeah, a little bit too dark. So I popped over into a creative world and I tried out a few colour combinations of different terracotta, and I think light blue's probably going to work. So I've built a little bit of it, and I haven't actually looked yet. So, yeah, that's the colour for me. I mean, it's pale purple, really. It's lilac, I think. But I think that's the thing. So I'll have to replace that blue that's already there. But it's a good thing I like it, because I accidentally made all that. So, best get on with it. And we've got to the top, and I have no idea what it looks like. I haven't replaced the dark blue down below yet. Let's fly by the heart, and ooh, well, it's starting to look a little bit spindly. This thing is impossible to land on. Ow! Lucky me. So, yeah. Honestly, yeah, I think the dark blue or the light blue would have worked just fine. But I've built most of it in light, so I need to go and replace that. And then decide what to do next. I don't think going another one shallower and doing another one around the outside is going to be the right answer. So I'll have a think. I'll replace the dark blue with light, and then I will be back. So I was just tidying up, and hi, where's your buddy and your wandering trader? Yeah, that's got to be one of the stranger mechanics added to Minecraft recently. Really has got to be one of the stranger mechanics. But yeah, I'm just trying to pick up some of the blue terracotta that I scattered as I was demolishing. Not really helped because there's a dolphin chasing it around. But yeah, I think I've got most of it. So, what does it look like? It looks like that. And I think I've decided what to do about carrying on. Although I have kind of two options that I'm debating. So option one is to add a second one halfway. Oh, there's the wandering trader. I wonder where the other llama is. It seems like they can spawn where they don't actually all have places to stand. That is very odd indeed. I guess they try and spawn near the player, and that's where I was. But still, very odd indeed. So, where was I? Oh yes, options. So, I thought this needs to be perhaps a bit denser. So, add a second spiral in each layer that's the same gradient as the layer already is, exactly halfway around the tower from where it currently is, and make that a different colour. So we end up with 6 total colours and a sort of this interlocking, well, not interlocking at all actually, but overlapping web of different soaps. And I think that could be really interesting. So I need to decide if I'm going to do the inside one first, which I think I am because it's the most annoying, and at least build, up to about there, maybe on all of them, and see what it looks like. So I need 3 more colours, and I'm not sure what they should be. From my testing, light green or lime terracotta seemed to be quite a good one. I suspect yellow's going to work, and normal green. I mean, maybe I just need a duller one as well. So normal green. I'm actually starting to have regrets about this light blue. Well, we'll see when I put some more colours in. But the one that really popped when I was testing is pink. And I'm not sure where to put that. But I think maybe in the middle. But I don't have pink dye. So we need to go to the shopping district and get some. Here's my nether portal. Straight in. Let's go. Welcome to the shopping district. My frame rate tanks a little bit here when I'm using shaders, but I'm not going to turn them off just for consistency. I'm just going to check my rocket shop. Nobody's bought any rockets since last time I came by. And here's the dye shop. So, just pop in and hopefully there is pink dye in stock. This place is a little bit mind-bending. Pink dye, 2 stacks per diamond. 2 stacks is enough for 16 stacks of terracotta, so that should be fine. So I will grab 1 single diamond. As you can see, I'm not particularly short of diamonds. And pop some in. What other colours might I need? I haven't got yellow. Again, 2 stacks per diamond. Definitely need yellow then. Oh, cyan. Cyan does cost more, doesn't it? Light green. I'm still undecided about that light green. I've got tons and tons anyway. I can make it. So, put the diamonds away. And it's... Oh, look at that sunset. And it's back to base. So I've started 2 of the other colours. You can see the yellow there and the pink. The pink's kind of hidden in the chaos. So we definitely need to balance this out, and I think green. I put the yellow on the outside so it's on the same level as the light blue, and I put the pink right on the inside because the inside's currently kind of lost amidst the pillars, and I'm still thinking about getting rid of those pillars. So I think I'm going to use green, and I'm going to use ordinary green, not lime, and see what that looks like, because I don't really want it to be all pastel. Let's have a look anyway and find out. So there's the green, and you know what? I really like that. I'm still thinking maybe we should have gone normal blue instead of light blue. I can always replace that. Not really a big deal, although just, tedious. But if I put a haste beacon there, that one is a haste beacon, but it doesn't cover the whole tower. Then I can get rid of that fairly fast. And with the other one, if I finish the yellow first, it should be fairly easy to build. So I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to extend yellow, green, pink all the way up to the top. And then, oh, there's the other llama. They really did spawn just wherever, didn't they? Yeah, so get all of those colours all the way to the top and then see what it looks like. But, oh yeah, something's going to have to be done about these pillars in the middle, though. They are not right. Originally this was just going to be a square skyscraper. I'm incapable of building squares, it seems. One of the nice things, though, that I like about this is that this level of complexity and confusion here has kind of, to my eyes, made it look slightly less odd next to this, because this is a very specific thing. Smooth, clean double helixes. This is chaos. It no longer looks like a cheap imitation. So I'm quite happy about that. Maybe you disagree. I don't know. I'm going to take it all the way up and see where it goes. So I will catch you when that is done. So there we have it. All the colours are done. I'm still not completely convinced that I should be using dark green or light blue or what. It can always be changed later. Definitely need to do something about the cyan in the middle. So I've been thinking, and I've come up with a couple of ideas. And I think, given that the plan at the moment is to make this a sort of garden tower with trees and things, I'm going to take all the cyan terracotta out of the middle and put in a tower up the centre made of wood. So several different kinds of wood, possibly, maybe just acacia, because leave it with that grey bark texture. Definitely not stripped acacia. I don't want the orange because we've got the orange around the outside. And see how that looks. Or I might use stripped birch, stripped oak, something like that. Maybe a mixture. And build platforms off that. Put water elevators up the middle of it so that you can access. And just sort of build platforms inside the spirals. And put trees in. And maybe extending so that the trees grow into the spirals a bit. So it's not sort of completely confining from the outside. It seems to make sense in my head anyway, and I need to figure out exactly how to do the top here because it's wildly inconsistent at the moment, but I think that will come, and I think that will probably make more sense when I've removed the core terracotta. So I'd better get on with that, or I'd better go sleep first. And it will be a fairly soothing exercise to deal with that, I think. Just piling stacks of blocks on top of each other. It's quite a nice thing to do, really. So I will be back when I have dealt with that. You know what's a really good sort of mid-brown colour? Stripped spruce logs. Look at that. It's got a bit of greeny complexity in it as well. So I think I'm going to try building the core out of those and see what happens. So I've got, that many spruce logs, loads of planks. I might pop up to the tree farm and harvest some more spruce first. And of course I've also got to think about how big that column's going to be. 5 by 5 would give me a 3 by 3 interior space, which would be ideal for putting water elevators in, which I'd very much like to do. And any smaller, you're just going to get one thing up the middle. So I could have a water column, but you just have to sort of swim up and down. And I'm not really on with really slow transportation methods for that kind of thing. Nor also the matter of I'd have to make sure that there was always a conduit around so that I didn't drown in the middle of it. So I think I'll try a 5 by 5, see what it looks like, and yeah, it's the only way to know really, isn't it? It'll just be square. I don't think there's any need for fancy shapes. A circle might be nice to contrast with that square spiral, but it would have to be quite big to look circular. And yeah, in this case, there's not going to be enough room inside because I've actually constrained the size quite a lot already, and possibly too much. So I'll just pick up these saplings, replant some of the spruce, and yeah, get on with building things. Okay, so that's a 5 by 5, and that is bigger than I thought, because I didn't come in and count these blocks. So I think it's going to have to be 3 by 3. I think 4 by 4 might be ideal, but you can't centre a 4 by 4 in an odd numbered thing, and I went for an odd centre because usually that is a better choice in this game. So I think a 3 by 3 is probably going to be a better option here, and just going to have to deal with only having one block inside for getting up and down. And it also means it's difficult to do a bubble column to different floors, so it's just going to be something to swim up and down. And to be honest, it's not really like it's a place where I'm expecting to go regularly, it's just for maintenance access. So just try it. Let's get it above the waterline and see what it looks like up there. I need to decide what to do down here really, because I haven't actually built all the spirals down to the bottom, and I'm thinking some kind of water level platform is actually the way to go, so that they'll all terminate at that rather than above, rather than on the uneven seafloor. So I could just have this as the sort of structural element, and the spirals starting up above in their decorative role. So while I was here getting some more wood, I happened to notice that my elytra is running a little low on durability, so I thought, since I spent so much time working on extending the cactus farm in the previous episode, I should go and use one of my XP furnaces, because they are currently all full. And normally I'd fly off to the gold farm and repair stuff there, but it's the only thing that really needs repairing. I mean, that pickaxe is a little low, but I've got 7 of them, so it's not like that's urgent. So this should work absolutely perfectly. If I just take these off, hold that in my hand, and take, boom, and quite a stupendously excessive amount of XP for repairing one elytra. But yeah, there we go, and you can hear the redstone's doing its thing, it's dispensing all that extra dye, and it's going straight into that cactus. I do have a slight issue here with the excess cactus disposal with the water streams. More important for the bamboo in terms of entity count, because there's a lot more of that coming through the system, but I'll figure that out. So yeah, just a little detour there, and maybe some more trees have grown now. So here we are, the middle tower has been completed. You can't really see it amidst all of the other stuff. So what I'm going to do now is go down and take out all of that internal terracotta structure that I long ago decided wasn't necessary for this building, and then I'll be able to get a really good picture of what this thing actually looks like. But at the moment, I'm really pleased with the outside. I'm really pleased with having found this very simple but nonetheless interesting sort of geometrical complication. I mean, perhaps having some going the other way might have been interesting if, say, the middle layer spiraled around the other way. I mean, I could still change it. I'm not sure it's actually worth it. There is something nice about all those different gradients. Well, we'll see what it looks like with the cyan terracotta removed, so I'd better get on with that, hadn't I? Don't look now. It's a creeper! He's trying to get to me. Oh dear. Where's my trident? Let's see. Oh, missed! Why does he have to move just as I'm throwing? Yes. Well, he's in the sea anyway. That'll do. Onward. It is nearly done. Look at that. Trees, trees, trees. Now, it turns out it's just acacia and oak because all the other saplings have got space requirements that just can't be satisfied inside that spiral. But I really like this. I really like it. It was a little bit dubious the first couple of layers, but the more I put in, yeah, and I think I figured out what to do around the top here as well. So I'm just going to go grab a few more blocks of terracotta, get that done, and then the tower is, for now at least, complete. Well, I've still got to come up with the lighting design and everything, but I might need some more. Might need some more pink than that. A bit more light blue. What else? Other colours have we got? Green. We're lagging. Some people have logged on now, so it serves a little bit busier. I think I'm definitely going to need to make a bit more pink. I really don't think 9 blocks is going to cut it. Let's make that will do. Yellow, pink, light blue, green. What other colours was I using? Orange. Orange terracotta. Cyan terracotta. I've already got a load. Pink, light blue, orange, green, cyan. Yeah, that should do. So this is going to be very, very simple. So here, where I just kind of came in so I had somewhere to stand, but this was the old top level. So I'm going to say that this is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go up another level. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're just going to go round until we meet the yellow. So that means I need to there put some more yellow in so that comes to the correct level as well. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 3, 4. And then this can just keep going round. Here's a very, very simple way to finish. It's like, I was talking about candy canes, wasn't I? This is, I guess, just like you slice the top of the candy cane off. But it's more colourful than extending the cyan platform right out, I think. And colourful is really what this build has ended up being about. So I'm not going to complain about that. Might need some more pink in light of how much this is taking, though. Well, we'll see. I'm not short of the resources for this. So there's no issue there. That's good. Okay, orange. So this is 1, 2, 3, and then up. So 1, 2, 3, up. One of the nice things about the orange actually was that it always goes up in a corner. Very pleasant. Just a coincidence of size. Okay, nearly there on the green. So I just strip that back a little bit. Oh, so I can see what's going on. That's where it came up. 1, 2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3, up. 2, 3, up. So bring the orange to here. Green, then we go round. Oh, you know, I'm kind of excited about this. It's going to need lighting, of course, but I'm kind of excited about this. Nearly there. Okay, one more. Pink. Up one, and it's done. Will there be enough pink? I didn't bring a crafting table. Yes! There's still part of me that says we shouldn't be using cyan for a spiral when it's also a structural element here. Just spam some torches down. Yes, lighting is still a thing. I've run out of torches. Hey, have a look. And the big reveal. Ta-da! Oh, yes. Yeah, that'll do. Let's go stand on the moon and see. Oh, yeah. I can live with that. I certainly can. So with that, let's get that in the background. Oh yes. I have been Matthew. I hope that you've enjoyed this, and I very much thank you for watching. Goodbye.